Alright folks, hello and welcome to a modern stream. Today we're going to be looking at Reclaimer Amulet. I tried this deck last week and I was impressed. I think I like this shell a lot. It has a lot of possibilities that regular Amulet doesn't really present. And it's just a lot of fun. So I really wanted to take it for a spin. After playing with it, I think that this is not just a worse version of Amulet. It's just a very, very underexplored version of Amulet. So what I am going to try to do now is we're going to be trying a couple of leagues. We're going to try to see where we find some holes and how we can hopefully fix them. If you're enjoying the content, of course, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. And yeah, leave me a comment or two if you like what you're seeing. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about right here, we're talking about just good old amulets, same shell. So we have the Primeval Titans, we have Summoner's Pact, Azusa, Dryad, Amulet of Vigor, and we do have a couple of ramp spells as well. But the key difference is Elvish Reclaimer. What a Reclaimer allows us to do is, number one, there are a lot of very cool interactions with Amulet of Vigor. Because we can sacrifice Flagstones and go get a Semi-Growth Chamber and actually ramp. So, for example, if you have a Flagstones in play, activating Reclaimer is basically free mana if you have an Amulet. Because you sacrifice Flagstones, you go get your Temple Garden untaps because of Amulet, and you use the mana for the Flagstones to activate the Reclaimer. So basically, the Reclaimer pays for itself, with the exception that you are getting any land from your deck, and you're also getting more lands into play. So the engine is super powerful when it's powered up by Amulet of Vigor, because it just speeds everything up. So you could do, with Reclaimer, you could just get anything you want. Like against graveyard decks, it's basically instant speak Bojuki Bog. Against control decks, you can find your one of Cavernous Souls. If you need to speed things up, you can find your Gusset Garenbray, you can find blockers, you can find battlements to haste your dude, which is, by the way, one of the things I wanted to point out. There's a reason that I'm not playing Slayer Stronghold, and that reason is I don't think this deck can realistically afford to play Boros Garrison. And if you cannot play the Boros Garrison, then just you cannot realistically play the Slayer Stronghold either. So we're playing Battlements, which we can haste thanks to Crumbling Vestige and the Valakuts. So because we actually have white cards in the sideboard, I am trying to keep my white sources high, and also, well, you just have to play planes in order for your Flagstones engines to work. I'm playing 3 Flagstones, 3 Temple Garden. This is very much up in the air. I'm also playing 3 Winds of Heat. So we're gonna see how this works out. But yeah, the sideboard has Path to Exile, Purge, this side as the white cards, and then everything else is just usual cards that you see in Amulet sideboards, with the exception of Kaheera Crossroads instead of the redundant Radiant Fountain, because in some matchups where you are bringing in your white cards, it's basically like a free way to get an extra white source. So that's the reason why we have Crossroads. Yeah, let's take it for a spin through a league, shall we? Welcome to round number 1, playing against Poderosissimo, and we have a very poderosa hand, by the way. A very poderosa hand. Poderosa, of course, means powerful in Spanish. So if my opponent doesn't kill my Reclaimer right now, which they are going to, sad face. Okay. So if I need to find a bounce land, but I was going to say if they don't kill the Reclaimer right now, then the Reclaimer just finds everything that we need. What are we playing against? Burn? We are playing against Burn. Well, if we find a bounce land, we should be able to win. That's a really good draw. So now any land wins the game. Because I get to Titan them next turn. Important to note, again, because of the lack of Boros Garrison in the deck, our Titan can only attack, right? One of the powerful things that Snake Giant here. One of the very powerful things about Primeval Titan in Amulet, and why we play Boros Garrison in the Amulet Shell, it's because it allows us to play both offense and defense simultaneously, and this list just does not really have that power. So any land? No land. My opponent suspended Rift Bolt. So that's going to be 4 damage, 5 damage, counting the attack from the Swift Spear. I'm saying 4 damage because it triggers prowess. So I think I'm pacting for Dryad because I think I am very likely to die next turn. Unfortunately, I don't think I can afford to pact for Gracer or something like that. I mean, this is just a better Gracer, but hola Franco, anda. New white 1-drop with Magecraft will be insane. Yeah, 100%. All frame Titans, 100%. They're sweet. Yeah. Missing on that land drop is such a big deal. Opponent has 1 card in hand, so they can only cast 1 spell. So they can cast probably like a Bolt. Searing Blaze is devastating. Boros Charm. Okay. So we died to like half of my opponent's deck. Even a Gobo does it. No, I guess Gobo doesn't do it. Gobo doesn't do it because we can just block it. Well, that's good news. I'm blocking, so. Poggers. I hate how this works in MTGO. Wow. Play well, get rewarded, I guess. New Boros Cathartic with all the boost Dredge. Can't wait to play 8 copies of Cathartic in the deck. I think that we talked about that a little bit with Jose the other day on Titan Talk, which should be coming out today, I guess. We talked about that, and I think that it's gonna be a puzzle. Like, we agree that it's gonna be a puzzle. I don't think that it's just like, oh yeah, let's just jam 8 reunions in my deck, ha 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 ha. Because like every card that you add to your deck, it's the same issue with Amulet, right? Like every card that you add to your deck needs to take the room of another card. So if you're, I guess, do I want double explosives? Seems like a little bit too much. If you are adding cards to your deck, they need to take the room of other cards. That's just the way deck building works. So with that in mind, great hand by the way. With that in mind, like you just cannot afford to jam a bunch of reunions because you don't have 1-drop enablers, and then your curve sucks, and or you find yourself in a situation where you need to be cutting dredgers in and stuff like that in order to fit all the reunions that you want to fit. So I think that is going to be interesting to see how the Dredge decks evolve. But I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be just like, oh yeah, just jam this card and everything is going to be fine. Sweet. That's a great draw. That's a great draw. We're in a super interesting spot right now. I think I played to my opponent's Skullcrack. And here we're gonna play an Explosives on 2. The only way I lose here is if my opponent has land into Reclaimer. Doesn't really do too much for me. If they have second Skullcrack into Flurry of 1-drop burn spells, we are gonna be dead here. But this sets up lethal for next turn. What happens if they have Boros Charm? We go to 7 and then they can't kill me next turn. So yeah, so I only need to get one of these. If my opponent has another Skullcrack, they don't. Okay, so even if they have Boros Charm here, we should be good. And we should be lethal in them next turn. Unless they have, like, land into 1 mana burn spell into second Boros Charm, which is exactly what they have, of course. Why wouldn't they? Oh, triple 1 mana burn spell? So I guess we couldn't have played around that. Good. No way for us to play around that. Game 3. I'm just cutting this. I think I'm just cutting this. You like the deck choice, Aprolo? Yeah. Trying to help you out, buddy. Trying to help you out. You're like the only person in the world working on Reclaimer Amulet right now. Let me give you a hand. Gonna go turn 1 Reclaimer. Hey Torborg, how's it going? Opponent moles. I'll block. Yep. Good attack though. We have a couple of options here. I think that I just develop my mana. The problem if I do that though is that, well, I guess I actually can't just develop my mana here. I have to go find a bounce land. Because if my opponent kills Reclaimer, then we are in a super bad spot. Because we don't have enough lands. So we're going to sack Breeding Pool, go get a Growth Chamber. Particularly if my opponent has Searing Blaze, right? Make the Dono standard burn. Okay. Oh, April's Fools. You have to take into account that there's money on the line, Stab, so I never joke when there's money on the line. You know this. Gracer, play this. Pass the turn. And now what we can do is we can block both of these. We can block, I was gonna say, we block both of this. We sacrifice Crossroads. My opponent doesn't have good attacks. We sacrifice Crossroads. We go get a Castle. And then we have Titan Mana next turn. Reclaimer, baby. Reclaimer. See you for the next round. What's up? Welcome to round number 2. Not a great hand. Let's ship it. Not a great hand. Let's ship it. Is there any deck you really dislike to play? Well, this hand is perfect. Keep. Explore, because we don't need anything else. And I guess with this hand, Azusa is actually better than Dryad. There is a deck that I really dislike to play. It's called Neobrand. Have a good list. We're starting to play Amulet Titan. Always. Quinok. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for being here for the 14th month. That's many a months. Many a months. Thank you for the continued support. Conflag or bust? Sweet. Bust it is. It's not a deck anymore, so I know that John had actually been working on it with like stupid stuff like Moxamber and stuff. Pretty unlucky draw, but fortunately for us, Azusa is busted, so it doesn't matter. Can you believe that people would play like only one Azusa all the time? And I say this right now as I am playing only one Azusa. Do you even care about bogging here? I mean, it's free, right? It's free, so I might as well. It makes their Oxus a little bit harder to enable. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. So let's do Bog and the second Tellurian West. Mold to 5, turn 3 Titan. Nice and easy. Seikoth with the Prime Staff for 23 bucks. Bog Champ. Hell yeah. You get it, Seikoth. You get it. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Would we ever go back to 3 Azusa? I don't know. I mean, as long as you're playing, what's his name, you probably can't play the full 3 or 4 Azusas anymore, as long as you're playing Dryad. And Dryad has kind of established itself as such a pinnacle of the deck because it's busted. So swing for 1, love it. Love it. Got you at 17, opponent. Is that correct? 14, 17, 14, 17 you. I think that's right. 14, 17, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Uh-huh. That's what I thought. Okay. Crossroads. Just bring in the Blood Moon Insurance. Just bring in the Blood Moon Insurance and move on with our lives. Sounds about right. Double Amulet. This hand is just missing too many pieces. If either one of these lands were a bounce land, I think I would keep this hand, but this hand is better. Not much better. So let's go to 5 again and have a turn 3 kill again. You see, this hand is better. Probably gonna ship this too. Actually, I'm gonna ship both amulets. If I ship both amulets, that actually seems better to me. No, I'm just gonna ship 1 and 1. The thing is that I'm fairly certain that my opponent is gonna have some number of. They're definitely gonna have some number of Ancient Grudge. It's probably still worth it to hold on to one of these. I'm not gonna play it this turn, however, because obviously we want to play Flagstones when I start developing our board. But what's up, Grego? How's it going? A reunion. Loam. Get back nothing. Well, this game is in the bag. This game is in the bag. Why would you get back nothing there? That is acceptable. You gotta chill. Maybe we're getting Blood Mooned? Yep. Now they can't cast Loam. Not being able to find lands is very unfortunate. Hi, one question: if you decide to build a shadow deck, do you think it's a good idea to start with Raptor Shadow and then build a Jund Shadow? I think Jund is just better. I think Jund is just better. I'm trying to think how much I can mess with my opponent here. I think I'm just gonna Sage. Because like obviously my opponent is getting locked out by their own Blood Moon and they're not able to like get back their engine. But if I do this, now I can get Bojuke Ball going. Hills, Mountain, Mire. Activate. Bounce Land. Dryad. Play Dryad. Hold Bounce Land in hand. All of that sounds good to me. 3 mana. Oh, we can actually Titan here. Fuck yeah. It is risky. We can Titan, but it is risky. My opponent has shown me Lightning Axe. But if they had Lightning Axe, they would have already killed the Reclaimer. So I'm assuming that they don't have it. So I guess that I could have packed it for Gracer to play around removal. Yeah, that was better. Pew pew pew. Reclaimer. Round number 3 is ahead. Welcome to round number 3. Currently 2-0 in this league. Getting pretty against Baku91. Who's going first? And they reveal Kaheera the Orphan Guard. Alright. We're playing it Cat Tribal. I'm not playing Turn Timber. No, I'm not playing Turn Timber. Many lands that I wish I had the room to play that I cannot. Won the local Thursday Night Magic, but still struggling with the Heliod matchup. What would you recommend to approach the matchup? In this deck? I'm splashing white, so I'm playing Dayside. Dayside, however you pronounce this card. But that is because I'm already splashing white, kind of by nature. In fact, this deck is white-green splash blue, if we're being honest. I hate the Heliod matchup, I'm sick of it. Yeah, it's just frustrating. It is elementals. Well, I'm scared now. I think we're good. I've never been impressed by Dayside, to be honest. I have not played enough Dayside to know how good it actually is, to be honest with you. 3 mana. 4 mana? How would you compare regular Amulet versus Reclaimer Amulet? I think this version is more consistent and it has more tricks, but it's slower. That's basically how I would compare them. basic mount. This is a poggers combo. Interesting that they trigger that first. I guess they can choose what they want to put on top after knowing whether they're going to hit land. See what they reveal. Will Unravel the Ether be a consideration regular Amulet as a sideboard piece? I don't think so. No. Can we lethal them? I think we can just lethal them. So we're gonna bounce this, bounce a Vestige after playing this. Then we're gonna replay Vestige. There's gonna be 4 lands in hand. We're gonna pact for Titan with 1, 2. So 1 floating, 2 from this. That's 3, 4, 5, 6 from the Vestige that we're gonna play. Then we're gonna get Valakut of the Titan trigger. We're gonna haste the Titan, and then we're gonna get Valakut plus, I guess, a fetch land. Opponent confirmed very dead. Stabs with the stout Nap Elemental Skull. Clearly I'm a master of this format. Yeah. When it comes to memes, I don't think there's anybody I would trust over you, Stabs. I wanna face the place. I wanna face the place. Everybody knows that the face is the place. I gotta face. Face is the place. I gotta face. Face is the place. Opponent with the no concession. You love to see it. It means a lot to me, friend. I bet it does. Dismember's coming in, Purges, and Pathorinos. Everything else? Explosives, maybe? Crossroads. Bog is good. Cavern can go. Kalni is probably not necessary. The only thing we care about blocking tramples, right? So I don't see much of a point for that one. Can cut the explorers. Mystic Repeal for both Heliots and Moons. Didn't know about the card, but I saw Spike playing it. Yeah, I saw Spike playing it. I think I would play a Unravel the Aether before that. 1 green is nice, but having access to, you know, if you're gonna play an effect like that, which I don't think you should, probably, then you can always just play like the Glamour or something like that. See that 3 lever left on the stack, and Moto stops it just because the point is a -2. I know, they don't even let me play with my food. Stupid Moto. Do you think Crossroads is just cute? I tried it, and you don't really need white sources, and ETB tap sucks when you want that life gain. I don't know, but I'm trying it out. I've honestly, I don't think I've played as much with this list as you have, so it's very much still in the trial and error. Honestly, I'm not even sure that we should be playing Path to Exile in this list. I think it's very possible that we should just be playing Oust, or we should just be playing more Dismembers or more Purges. It's Soul Border, so it gets a pass. I mean, hard to argue with that one, huh? Hard to argue with that one. Well, we're keeping this one. Why oust better than condemn? Because oust kills stuff that oust kills things that your opponent doesn't need to attack with, basically. I think we're doing this because it allows me to play around the thing that makes me discard. And it also plays around Fulminator better. Maybe it doesn't play around Fulminator better, actually. No land? That's a bug. They do have Fulminator. Do you know what I could have done that I didn't do and I'm just realizing? Oh, this is sick. Because like I really don't want a path, right? I don't want a pact, and then because I cannot set up lethal. So what I could have done, since I got a second flagstone, this is so sick. So we play flagstones, we play second flagstones, holding on to this one, and now we resolve the flagstones trigger, and I'm holding up Celestial Purge now. That's so sick. That is awesome. Toughness less than Thunder King Awakener's toughness. I could have done this the last turn too, and I honestly didn't think about it until right now. This is why I like this deck so much. It just makes me think differently. These are the lines I sub for. Thank you, thank you. Like, I could have tightened there, but again, I cannot set up lethal on this board state. That just doesn't do anything. That is something I'm interested in purging, however. George el Titán. Bienvenido, bienvenido. Okay, so what are we doing here? What are we doing? We play Sanctuary. That is Titan mana. We packed for Dryad. So I'm just trying to not get fulminated out of the game, right? Like, if I'm not an idiot, I win this game very, very easily. So I'm just trying to make sure that I have all of my bases covered, or I can set up lethal. I guess that the fact that I have second Summoner's Pact means that I can't really lose, because I can just pact for Azusa second main phase, so... So now we do Valakut Battlements. Might as well serve with the Dryad too. Valakut go. Is that how that meme works? Valakut go. Alright, sweet. 3-0 start. Not bad. Welcome to round number 4. We're playing against Yorion the Sky Nomad. And this hand doesn't have green mana, so let's ship it. This hand still has no green mana, but it's a lot better. And it has a Flagstones, which means that Flagstones represents green mana, even with an Amulet, so I think I'm going to keep this one. Bottoming the Redundant Titan. We don't know what my opponent is up to, but I'm going to assume that this is okay. Please don't be a hand that dies with me never finding a green source. No jokes. Refund, please. No, refounds are not allowed on this stream. Pog. That's a big pog. That is a big pog. My favorite thing is how extremely rare it really is to get a turn 2 kill with this version of the deck. Haste you. Blue. Blue. Transmute. For Pact. I think I can lethal here. We attack, opponent blocks. They take 2, that's 18. We get bounce land plus Vesuva copying Valakut. That leaves 3 mana open. We bounce the other. Yeah, this should be lethal. Because the Weekend Pact for a Susan that gives me exactly 2 more land drops. Copy Valakut. This is good. Oh no, we're 1 land drop short. Oh, yikes. I mean, we have no packs to pay for, so we're still fine. Yeah, I fucked it up though. I thought I had 1 extra land drop, but I guess I forgot to account for the fact that we have Simic Growth Chamber. So I guess it's not a turn 2 kill. I don't think I could have. I think I was 1 mana short of making a turn 2 kill. Opponent is what we call an optimist. So by doing it like right now, what I'm doing is I'm saying to my opponent, if you have the path, you have to use it now, and then I can pact for a second Dryad. We saw Bant, right? We saw Bant. What are the chances they have Ashiok? Because if they have Ashiok, I'm gonna want access to Tireless Tracker. We definitely want Dismembers. I don't think we want Path. We probably want Explosives. I guess my opponent could have Meddling Mages. Yeah, we played a version of this, similar version of this deck the other day on stream. I think I want to go with this and we can take it from there. Path to Exile is very interesting. Maybe we need it. I think I like Explosives over Path because Reclaimer gets Explosives. But yeah, big question mark on Tireless Tracker. Maybe we want her, maybe we don't. I'm honestly not sure. The list I was playing did have Meddling Mage. Friends don't let friends mulligan Splinter Twin Hands. Am I right? But imagine if my opponent has Oust as opposed to Path to Exile. Like how much of a difference would it make whenever I'm going turn 1 Elvish Reclaimer? Turn 2 Skyclave would suck for us. The Fairy? That also kind of sucks. This is bad against Damping Sphere, but if my opponent bounces my Reclaimer or they do something to my Reclaimer, then we can just Azusa next turn. In fact, I may just Azusa anyway. See what they do. Gilded Goose. We could get Remander or Mana Leaked here. I think that's kind of fine though. Like I'd rather the Remand or Mana Leak my Azusa than my Dryad. I guess the Mana Leak doesn't matter, but like as far as Remand doesn't matter, but as far as Mana Leak goes, I'd rather the Mana Leak my Azusa than my Dryad. Delay. That is really cute. That is so cute. Put Yorion in hand, hold up 2 mana. Have another delay? No. One land short of getting some Valakut trigger action. Feels bad, man. I guess I'm playing around Mind Sensor, right? It's just so unnecessary to get got by a Mind Sensor right now. It's just so unnecessary. Let's just play around the Mind Sensor right now. Force my opponent to answer the Dryad or they die. Wouldn't make a joke about them delaying the inevitable, however I will wait until Teferi is dead to do so. Like right now. Yeah, delay seems a little bit sketch if you, like, once your Teferi dies. They delayed the inevitable, yeah. Unavoidable, inevitable, whatever. ¿Jugarás alguna lista con Karn? Hoy no, Tsere. Hoy no. La verdad que no me parece que el Karn esté muy bien posicionado hoy en día. Something tells me my opponent may or may not be pretty dead right here. I was gonna say maybe they're holding up Venser, but that's just not it. So they have a Yorion in hand. Their hand is Yorion plus one unknown card. Ah. That's cute. That's really cute. That is indeed quite cute. Now the delay makes a little bit more sense. Honestly, if they have Eternal Witness here, we may be in a lot of trouble. Like, if they top deck exactly Eternal Witness, that's not Eternal Witness, so I guess we win. Never mind. I was trying to see outs from my opponent, but then they drew this, and now they lose. They can make a really large Soulherder. Atlas Retro, thank you for the follow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna go with Castle, because getting Castle allows me to draw it into Valakut. I really like what my opponent's doing though. Like that's pretty sick. Obviously, they're not able to overcome the unstoppable surge of awesomeness that is Elvish Reclaimer, but came here because a friend told me that you are the best Amulet Titan player. Not if I would call myself the best, but I would definitely call myself above average. Soulherder is huge. Humongous. I love this deck. Hope I can afford it someday. I mean, right now is the time to buy it, my friend. Right now is the time to buy it if you're interested in buying it. because of all the reprints that happened. With oh, we also have Azusa coming off suspend. Oh yeah, this is super lethal. All the lol. All the reprints from Time Spiral Remastered. I got your 15 opponent. Is that correct? Don't need to Titan, but it's a lot more fun if we Titan. Also, I think I'm gonna kill my opponent's Soulherder just because. 13/13 Soulherder though, yeah. Which was about to die because value, but it was cool. Alright, see you for the last round. Alright, last round of the day. Playing against Lurrus. I think I'm keeping this hand against Lurrus because double Flagstones means that we actually do have green mana. We just don't have green mana on turn 1. But we can go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Reclaimer. In fact, we can go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Dryad. Oh, we're playing against Mill. Okay, so we lose. User is running a Stronghold version I've been testing out. Not really a April, because I think that the mana base can't really support it. I'm really not interested in playing Slayer Stronghold. We can explore here to dig a little bit deeper. And then we can Vesuva my green source. Just gonna trigger Mesmeric Core, which sucks, but so we need no Archive Trap. I could have paid life there, but like it just doesn't matter, right? Like I'm gonna be paying life if I could, but it just doesn't work like that. I guess I could have played Dryad there. I wonder if that was worth it. Also, I could have tapped mana and then sacked the other one. Yeah, I definitely should have played right. Yeah, I played this turn pretty poorly. Could have done a lot better than that. Holding on to the land because we double Amulet, this is Titan mana next turn. We lose to basically everything though. We lose to everything. Is this an average deck of me with some changes? No, this is a version built using Eldritch Reclaimer. So it is significantly different. actually. Drown in the lock. So we're definitely getting Titan. We do have Bojuka Bog. So we play Sanctuary. We can't really beat Archive Trap, I guess. That's so much mill. There's exactly one Dryad, one Summoner Spect. One Dryad, one Summoner Spect. I guess it's not... If I find Dryad anyway, we have lethal because of this Vesuva. So it's not worth it to get the second Valakut because that represents 2 mills because of the Mesmeric Orb. So I'm just gonna get Bojuka Bog here. And I'm obviously gonna bog myself. We can prevent the second Amulet trigger from doing anything. We lose to many, many things. Many things is what we lose to. They also have the card under Shelldock Isle available to them. However, we can Vesuva copy their Shelldock Isle. That's interesting. Vesuva copy Shelldock Isle. And then with we can float a mana and with the second untap. If we find Dryad under the Shelldock Isle, so we have 4 looks at a Dryad. Their drawing the locks are dead. That is probably good enough for them. Yeah, now that is definitely good enough. Very unfortunate. Okay, so there goes the Dryad, which means that I cannot race them. Not when they have a Voto in play. Which is that? Mind Funeral is a card that I have not seen in a really long time. Get in there, Emmy. Rex Sage, Force, Trackers, Dismember, Explosives. Oh, Boro, yeah, I know. It's April's Fool, so we can go with the 69 plan. How do we feel about it? Probably not worth it, right? Probably not worth it. Yeah, we're playing against Mill. I lose an Amulet, you can add and not mess up the land ratio so badly. Yeah, that's definitely one of the upsides of playing a million lands. But like, also there's a reason why we're playing a million lands, right? $63 seems okay. I think I like all of these cards. Maybe the Force is sketch. No, the Force is fine. Alright, now the real question. Am I gonna draw Emrakul like I do every single time I play against Mill? It really is uncanny. It really is uncanny. It is what it is. My opponent says, wait, how did I not notice I was playing you? I don't know. What would be better, Titan or a half Titan, which would cost 2 colorless and 1 green, and then enter search for 1 land, and wait attack search for 1 more land, and it is, of course, a 3/3. I think that that would be extremely, extremely busted. But no trample, still busted. I'm going to be doing this on end step, right? So now the question is, do I want to do it now? So we get Temple Garden, then we get another Flagstones. Next turn, we play Amulet. We play Amulet. We play Simic Growth Chamber. That's going to be 5. That's 4 mana plus 1 untapped land. We use 2 of those 4 mana to sacrifice Flagstones. That gets Temple Garden, and that's 2 more mana. So we have 4 mana. We have 2 mana floating, plus 2 mana from the untapped Sanctuary, plus the 1 that we didn't use. So that's 5 mana. That allows us to get something else. We can get Radiant Fountain. We can get Lurrus. That's 2 mana. So that is 7 mana minus 3. We're 2 mana off of casting Titan that very turn. Very close. Very, very close. I think we're doing this now. Push. That sucks. So I guess that was a reason to not do it there. Lol. That truly is hilarious. That was the draw step. Second crab. Yes. So this forces their surgical right now, but they don't have a surgical. Sweet. I really can't believe it, man. It blows my mind. Like it really, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It's uncanny. It is uncanny. It is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever played on stream a match where I have not drawn my Emrakul against a mid player. Like it's just mind-blowing. How often can this realistically happen? It is ridiculous. Stern dismissal. Okay. We have a forest and we have a temple garden. Battlements is gone. Asusa is gone. 1, 2. Can we win anymore? We can't, right? So we can't really play around the thing that makes us fetch because my opponent can make me shuffle anyway. So their things are gonna be enabled. Now the thing is, do I have any ETB tapped lands left? We have one Temple Garden left. Yeah, we're just there. We can't win anymore. Like, my opponent's going to be able to very, very easily win the race from here, so. Yeah, I'm trying to fill my hand with Tracker in this card, but I can't. Thoughtseize one time. Thoughtseize would be funny. I just cannot draw enough cards, however. Moto, hang with me. Also, my opponent can mill me in response. So they're gonna mill 6. Mill 6. We are gonna get a bounce, so that's 4 cards in hand. 5, 6, 7. We're one off. We're one off. No, we're 1 mana short of discarding. Like, we have enough clues. We have enough clues, but we don't have enough mana. We're exactly 1 mana short. Does Dryad do it? Oh no, we're good! We're good, we're good, we're good! Oh my god. Insane. Insane. Insane! Extirpate the Emrakul? Yeah, they are extirpating the Emrakul. Shuffle still happens, which buys us time. Wow! Profane Memento. Okay. Second field is brutal, though. Now we don't have shufflers anymore. Just put Lurrus in hand, opponent. Come on. We know you want to. Wow. No cards left. No cards left. Well, we lead off with this one. We really have to luck sack here, though. We really have to luck sack here. That's a Valakut gone. That's 2 Valakuts gone. Fuck! Oh, man! Is Crumbling Vestige still in the deck? Crumbling Vestige is still in the deck. Okay, so we don't untap again because that's 2 more mills. We can go 7. Sí, estoy jugando un partido muy jugado. We can haste things to Dryad. There's no ramming up in the deck. And they literally milled both Valakuts. This is what I needed to not happen, but it did. My opponent is at 18. They're gaining life with Profane Memento. Honestly, it's possible that I should have started the turn by pacting for Rexage and blowing up the Memento. Or the Mesmeric Orb. There is explosives, yes. Which I think it's probably gonna have to go get. So that every mana counts, though. Every mana really counts. So 1. Canister, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Canister Stream. We're playing a close game against Mill, where we managed to draw our Emrakul because I somehow always managed to draw my stupid Emrakul. And we're still in it somehow, but now the Emrakul was extirpated and both Valakuts were milled and everything is a disaster again. I think I think I'm gonna need the mana. Okay, so I'm gonna bounce this. We can explosives on 2 to blow up the orbs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 transmute. 2 and 2. That means that I do get to Titan, but my opponent fields me and they mill me for 9. Yeah, this is a disaster. Disaster. How was your stream, Canister? What have you been up to lately? I can pact for Sage. If I pact for Sage... That cuts the mill in half. So I'm assuming that my opponent is saving the Field of Ruin to blow up the... to blow up the battlements. Moto doesn't like this. Is there an order to stack the triggers? Not really. They gave me red mana. We have to bow ourselves, I think. This is so close. Where's the E-Wood when you need it? Yeah, I know, right? So my opponent has one draw step, I guess. So I guess I'm just not gonna get anything. One, two, three, four, five, six. They get to mill me for 9 here. I have to expect my opponent to draw like a fatal push. If they draw a fatal push, maybe we have a shot. If they draw anything of relevance, we're just dead. What a close game. Rejecting the Primeval's gift. Exactly. This is basically like the only matchup where you would ever say no to a Primeval Titan trigger. Yeah, they're obviously just drawing visions. Easy visions for them. They took it. That's lethal. Man. Such a fight for nothing. Anyway, that was close though. That was close. The mill matchup is just not winnable. Especially when you somehow manage to always draw your Emrakul. 5-0 ruined by mill. To the surprise of nobody. I think I like this list though. I think I like it a lot, so we're gonna try it again. That's gonna be it for this league though. We'll play a second one, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that follow and dislike and subscribe button, all of the buttons, hit them all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.